Hello guys, S2W here as your average consumer with your next casual consumer's perspective review. In this video, I will be covering the sneaker that was most sought out after from a collaborative collection that Adidas and Neighborhood has created together. The collection included 4 sneakers and a line of apparel, and I've actually just uploaded the second most popular sneaker from this collection, the I-5923 Iniki Boost review before this one, so check that out if you haven't yet. Today, I have the Adidas NMD R1 Primeknit by Neighborhood here for a review. Now during the summer of 2017, leaked images of the silhouette along with their Iniki counterpart came out around the same time. If you watched my previous Adidas Iniki by Neighborhood review, I personally preferred that silhouette more than this NMD, but it seems like I was part of the minority because the NMD were sold out more quickly than those. Now just a quick overview, Neighborhood is a Japanese-based label known for its modern streetwear and motorcycle culture. After their Adidas Consortium NMD R1 project with another retailer, which only released 3 months ago from this video's upload date, they are now getting their own collab and have created another NMD R1 again within this collection, but with quite a few different changes on this redesign. How do these compare against the regular NMD R1 and the NMD R1 Primeknit? Let's take a closer look at these sneakers. For this model, they have continued to stick with their black and white motif seen from their entire collection with Adidas. Certain elements of the shoe remind us of the NMD R1, however, the upper material on this shoe says otherwise. Now the base shape of this shoe shadows the design of the regular NMD R1 mesh, most obviously seen with the wide open collar area rather than the sock hugging collar found on R1 PK models. On this design though, they've used Primeknit textile instead of mesh, so essentially they've labeled this model as an NMD R1 Primeknit, but it's actually an NMD R1 with Primeknit. From what I recall, there's not a lot of NMDs out there that features this design, and this could potentially be one of the few that has this. Furthermore, what they did to make this upper more aggressive looking is that they've added a contrasting bright white shark tooth patterning around the upper of the sneakers, a design seen previously on one of Neighborhood and Adidas' collab in 2015. This patterning was inspired by the Shinsengumi's team symbol flag, which was a special police unit back in the 1800s in Japan. The print feels pretty much screen printed, so you can say they're not that rigid. However, they do provide some minimal structure around the sneaker as they do hinder the knit from expanding to its maximum potential. Slicing right down the middle of this upper is a long white stitching that splits the shoe in half, reminiscent of the Yeezy 350s anyone? Then this white stitching will continuously be seen around the collar and back of the sneakers as well to create this nice distinction and layering on the silhouette, offering a more tonally rich colorway within this simplistic palette as well. As we all know by now, this upper is a completely one-piece fabric, so this tongue is embedded within this textile with just a little contour rising up. Also on this tongue area, they've added an Adidas and Neighborhood branding patch to show off the sneakers. Now with all the things just said, these designs actually make the Primeknit a lot less stretchy than regular. The stitching right down the middle is almost like a divider that strengthens the knit upper. Yes, the area around the stitchings or prints do feel like your regular Primeknit qualities, soft by touch, breathable, lightweight, and adaptive. However, it just feels more fortified when you have so many additional design elements neighboring each other this closely. Now moving on towards the side paneling, both of the lateral and medial side don a never seen before caging system on any R1 model, at least that I remember. This piece is made out of nubuck leather with eye stays that allow the flat black laces to thread through. With most caging systems, its only purpose is to make the shoe more stabilized by bolting our feet down in the shoe, so I expect more support coming especially on this model. Then attached to this cage is an additional heel strap that loops around the shoe in place of the molded heel patch found on regular models. The Neighborhood branding could be seen boldly on the lateral side, whereas on the medial side is just a blacked out canvas. Since it's connected like this, I would assume it will also tighten up the heel area a little when we lace up our shoes. At the back of the sneakers, we will see the iconic NMD heel pull that can't be missed. On the left pair, it says NBHD meaning Neighborhood, while BRGD is on the right shoe, meaning Brigade. In the Neighborhood Brigade we trust. Inside the shoe, we'll see a synthetic sock liner and heel lining that covers most of the internal wall of the shoes. No padding is added here just like your regular NMD. However, they do also come with a decorated non-removable insole, with the Adidas and Neighborhood branding repeating all over the surface. As for the midsole, every NMD used Boost material and these are no different. The Boost cushioning on these are blacked out though to give a more mean looking aesthetic, and perfect for those who get their sneakers dirty easily because Boost will yellow when they're in white. We will also see the popular NMD R1 EVA plugs on the side of the sneakers, 2 on the lateral side and 1 on the medial. On this collab though, the front lateral plug replaces the Adidas branding with a Neighborhood branding instead. in Japanese, the characters after the MBHD pronounces as Kyokdo, meaning Far East, the geographical term referring to East Asia. It's funny because at first, I thought these were Chinese characters instead because in Chinese, it means exactly the same thing in English. However, it seems like it's one of those characters that actually overlap in Asian languages. But other than that, the plus here is rumored to offer stability to the sole by muting the bouncy boost properties of this model lineup. Lastly, flipping the shoes over, nothing much is special under here. We will see an ordinary rubber outsole that looks exactly like any other NMDs out there. It's waffle pattern with the Adidas Originals branding plate on the midfoot area. Anyways, here are some Adidas NMD R1 Primeknit by Neighborhood fit footage. Sizing wise, I bought these sneakers hoping it would fit like a Primeknit NMD R1 because it's made out of Primeknit. Now if you have narrow feet, you'll probably be okay going down half a size. As a wide footer in my personal opinion, I believe if I went true to size, it would have been a little more comfortable because the upper is just not the same as our regular Primeknit NMD's upper. The middle stitching and TPU zigzag print on the shoe made the whole knitting a lot less elastic so it won't be able to expand as much. Coupled with pieces of the nubuck caging encasing the side of our feet, the shoe becomes extra tightening and securing. It's not unwearable, but just don't expect this collab to fit exactly like your normal PK NMD R1 with a lot of room for stretch. It's definitely an interesting fit, and one that you will probably have to gamble if you want one now, as they should be all sold out at retailers. But in any case, if you don't want to gamble, just go with your normal PK NMD R1 sizing. But don't be afraid to go half a size up from that, because even if it's a little loose, you'll at least have the option to add an insole. Comfort wise, the lockdown and stability is enhanced on this model because of its design. The side cages just holds our feet firmly when tightened up, and it certainly feels fortified. The cushioning is just the same as any NMD, not bouncy as it's all muted by the stability plugs for that extra support. The visual aesthetic of this shoe takes more of the highlight than the cushioning for sure. It's one of the most unique looking NMD R1s that I've seen in a while. We gotta applaud them for trying something new and bringing a new piece of design on the table than your regular color or fabric switcheroos. Pricing wise, the collab status of this shoe cost a total of $280 Canadian before tax, the same pricing as the Iniki Boost from their collection. The Iniki is definitely the more comfortable option personally, but we gotta admit that there's a lot more good stuff happening on this NMD R1 in terms of its visual appearance. It looks fresh, mean, and eye-catching with its white contrast detailing. If I have to nitpick, I would have wanted them to add some sort of a design on the cage rather than leaving it plain like a large foam. Even making it see-through or netted would have made the shape a lot better visually in my opinion, as it just looks off right now like it's blocking their own design. As always, throw me some likes if you like this video, and let me know in the comments what you think about this collaborative pair. They actually made a blacked out version of this same shoe, but released exclusively at certain spots in Asia. I still personally like this black and white contrast a little better, but let me know what you guys think about that version as well. That's it for today, S2W signing off.